What's up, guys? I'm Kelly Dick into Box Keen.
I'm Jazzy Sewer Tours, now with Valium Shamanic.
I would not go on one of those sewer tours.
It doesn't seem like a great plan to me.
No, I don't
Let's
think
all
so.
take 3 Valium and
No.
go wander around in some gray water.
Listen, I have a prescription for Xanax. Fortunately, I don't have to take it all that often. But
Mm-hmm.
for a while, it was like a couple of years ago, there was a shortage on it, and it was like impossible to get. So my doctor prescribed me Valium instead. It didn't do shit for me.
It is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
not the same thing.
if I took like 3 Valium, dude.
And you're like 9 years old. How old are these kids? Like they're in middle school, right?
So this was actually my favorite episode so far. Episode 5.
Yeah.
There were a couple of things that I thought that they didn't do very well. So I'm happy to have like a couple of genuine nitpicks. That aren't just like, oh, that was an awkward line. It was like, something bigger than that. But it was still my favorite episode. I thought it was so fantastic. And
I think 4 is still my favorite.
Yeah.
But I loved this episode. I thought it was great.
Why does it seem like episode 4 for every show is always just like the standout episode?
I don't know. It happens a lot.
I know. Yeah. It was like that for both seasons of Daryl Dixon that I watched. It was like that for From. I mean, it was like that for Severance. Well, it was like that for Severance until we got toward the end, and then episode 4 was Hollow. Yeah, episode 4 is always like, it seems to always be like a
biggie.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I'm loving everything that they've done so far with the show, and I wanted to throw something out there. I've mentioned this channel a few times before while we were covering From, but he mentioned something that made me think, and I wanted to bring it up. So I talked about how much I hated the CGI in episode 4, and it just like totally took me out of it, and I thought it was awful. So Real Enigmas and Theories is a channel that I watch a lot. Have you watched any of his videos? I love that guy. He reaches a lot. He reaches a lot sometimes, but like the amount of thought and work that he puts into stuff, and he's super funny too. Like he keeps calling the mutant baby young Wingstop.
Young Wingstop.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I love him. Check out Real Enigmas and Theories. It's REEL. But anyway, he had made fun of the effects at first too. But then the video that he did after that, he was like, I'm thinking twice about these about the CGI, and I think it was his theory was that it was deliberately bad because that's how kids that age would imagine that it would look like. You know what I mean?
I could see that.
Yeah. So that would actually kind of make
take.
sense. Yeah. So maybe it was deliberate. I'm okay with that. If it is. I just wish they had I wish there was some way of explaining that. So it just doesn't make them look less competent than they are. You know what I mean? But let's jump into this. First, before we do, I want to ask everyone, Jazz, maybe you even know, but I want to ask our listeners and viewers. This episode opened up with the military, right? or no, it was a couple scenes in. The military getting to the house, couple scenes in. Okay, so when they're outside the house, when they're all getting there, in the background, there's a vehicle way in the background, a red vehicle. And I couldn't tell because it was so far away. I couldn't tell if it was a truck. There is that red truck that we keep seeing.
Yeah.
But it also looked like it could be a red Plymouth Fury, which would be a cool little Easter egg because that's what Christine was.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows if you have a
I
better
definitely
eye,
don't know.
yeah. If someone out there has a better eye than me and can take a look at that in the background, it's like right before they go into the house. I would be interested in knowing what that was. Maybe they'll even if it was a Plymouth Fury, I'm sure that they'll talk about it later, like either on the little behind the scenes thing afterward, or even on the podcast.
Yeah.
But all right, Jazz, who is your LVP? Who are you throwing into the deadlights this week?
Mr. Kirsh. What a creep. What a 180 from the kindly butcher that we met earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there may be some reasons for that,
Yeah.
He doesn't he may not be fully in control of his faculties, but goodness was he sinister
I
in this
know.
episode.
The way he was just standing there, like just looking, like staring ahead.
Yeah.
Like, that's not right.
Don't burn it again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll kill you.
That was creepy. My LVP is Dick's fucking grandfather.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair assessment.
We did not see the extent of how bad he was in this episode. As far as like compared to how the book describes him. But yeah, Dick is not okay right now.
No, he's not.
He is not okay. And he has a lot of trauma from his grandfather. And Pennywise went right in and opened that box, and man, that grandfather was fucking terrifying. And we didn't even see the extent of everything, and he was just scary as shit.
Extremely curious about the consequences of this box being opened.
Yeah.
It does not seem like a good plan.
I think most of the consequences are gonna be for Dick.
Yeah.
But obviously we know he'll be okay. We know he's not going to die because like he's like that would basically be the Muschietti saying, "All right, sorry Stephen King, your stuff isn't canon anymore."
Yeah.
They killed off Dick, so they can't do that.
Yeah. I don't see that happening.
Yeah. But yeah, he's not going to be much help to the military at this point, I don't think.
Especially with like his performance is being so praised. Like I could definitely see them wanting to potentially use him as in further adaptions of the The Shining potentially, or other things.
I'm so glad that he's gotten so much recognition, because he was so good in When They See Us, but he did play like the most likable character.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people were crazy about his character. So who is I hate to even call him a character because he's a real person that he was playing. But that whole cast was so great.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he didn't get like a ton of recognition for that. It was all it was mostly Jarrell Jerome, who was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And oh god, what was the other actor's name. I can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, I'm glad that Chris Chalk is getting so much recognition. He deserves it.
Mhm.
He's fantastic. Um,
He's
so
getting
yeah,
rave
Grandpa.
reviews.
Yeah, yeah. Grandpa's getting tossed in the deadlights, but way the hell away from Grandma though.
Yeah.
I don't think his grandma is actually in the deadlights though. She's just an apparition.
Yeah. I
So
think it's just like
I don't think she
Pennywise
actually ever encountered
trickery.
it. Yeah. All right, who gets your Maturin award this week?
For this episode, I'm giving it to Lily. I like Lily a lot. I think she's a great character, and she's super brave. Like there's this entire idea of, and like she even kind of like I think she even kind of likes Maddie, like as like romantically, but she was still like, if you don't do this, we're gonna haul you to the cops ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
she was just very take charge, and I thought she was toast when she got left alone in the sewers. I was like, oh, she's done for. So long, Lily. It's been nice knowing you. But yeah, that scene was super cool. It was even kind of funny the way he like looked down at the like dagger in the water.
Yeah.
And I'm excited that Lily has that, and I am looking forward to seeing what happens in the future because clearly they don't win.
Right.
So
yeah, exactly.
Let's see how it goes.
I don't actually think Shaw's plan to try to reduce the size of the cage is a bad plan, but I think he has other motivations.
Yeah.
that we don't know about.
Him talking about dropping it on Busan really grossed me out. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What a thing! What an idea!
Yeah. By the way, I was just looking at my notes and I realized that I had a tie for my deadlights, and I just mentioned Grandpa, but no, it's tied between Grandpa and fucking Fuller.
Yeah.
Like, he's just fucking shooting. He was totally trying to kill Daniel. Or maybe he was, maybe he wasn't planning on taking a lethal shot, but still, like.
No, he was trying to kill him. I felt like he was trying to kill him. And then I was like, well, what would be the point? Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, he's escaping, but if you kill him, he still can't help you.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the point?
Right? I have to wonder if, like, was Daniel just basically trying to trap them all down in the sewers?
Yeah.
Yeah, with it.
I kind of was thinking that.
Yeah.
They had some kind of, like, little plan going. But I think it was just for him to, like, run away.
Yeah, probably. All right, so Lily gets your Maturin award.
Mm-hmm.
I am giving, wow, neither of us are giving it to Charlotte this week. That's surprising.
Right?
I am, although I do want to give an honorable mention to the whoever in wardrobe picks out Charlotte's wardrobe.
Yes.
Absolutely killing it. And she wears that like melonish orange color so much, and I want her to wear more of it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. But anyway, no, my Maturin award is going to Dick because it was ultimately futile. Pennywise was in there. He was really just, it only took as long as it did because he was basically just playing with him.
Yeah.
But he fought like hell. Like, he fought Pennywise like hell to get the fuck out of his brain. And he ultimately lost.
Yeah.
But damn, did he put up a good fight. Like, holy shit.
That whole sequence is so upsetting. Like, so sad.
Let's go to our bottom 5.
All right.
What's your number 5?
The Maddie reveal. I definitely like. I definitely rewatching it. I was like, oh, I kind of should have known the whole time that it wasn't him, but just like by his like reactions and the way the Valium didn't affect him at all.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of like pointer, like clues that he was not Maddie, but man, did it suck, because I was really hoping he and Phil were alive. At least one of them would be able to be rescued.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. Everybody dead.
Yeah. And now
helpful.
we know why Phil and Maddie's faces were like why they looked normal on the cereal boxes, because Maddie was leading them down to the sewers.
Yeah, it was all part of the plan.
Yeah, and they were trying to rescue Phil because they thought that he might still be alive. But yeah, I have down in my notes the Daryl Dixon spinoff is over, so Daryl joins Welcome to Derry and comes out of the orange tent in episode 5. Totally had Daryl Dixon hair going on.
Yeah, he definitely did.
My number 5 was they really fucked up what was in effect a really effectively tense scene when they heard those voices, when they heard them like yelling for Hallorann.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit, this is not gonna be good.
Yeah.
And you know, because like Leroy had already talked to Polly about like, hey, you know, see your gym teacher or anybody that's not supposed to be down here, shoot them. They fucked it up by having Will in the front.
Yeah.
Because we know he's not going to die.
Yeah.
So like it should have been somebody else. It should have been one of the other kids in the front.
Definitely.
And then it would have been more tense. But instead, like as soon as the kids caught up to Leroy, I was like, oh well, nothing's gonna happen with this, and then Polly died instead.
Yeah.
Poor Polly.
Yeah.
Poor guy. But yeah, I think they kind of flubbed what was an otherwise really effective scene.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but you're completely right.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
I mean, that would have been fucking terrible if he had killed his own son.
Yeah, or even shot him like non-lethally.
Yeah,
that'd be tough to recover from as a parent-child unit.
Yep. What's your number 4?
The army in general.
Yeah.
Their plan is insane. Their plan is freaking insane.
Air Force.
Air Force. Sorry.
Yeah, I have to correct you because I know somebody else
yeah.
will.
No, yeah, I know it's the Air Force. I wrote it down wrong in my notes. I have it right in the next one. But their plan is insane. It's just crazy, because like even if they can tighten up its cage, they can't control its psychic powers.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand, and I also don't understand why they are being so heinously awful to Rose and Daniel if they want their help. Like, why are you treating them like enemies if you need their help and guidance? Like, wouldn't it be smarter to offer them something, to be like friendly to, I don't know. I hated that. It was nice to see Rose and Daniel reunite, but it was really upsetting just the way that whole thing went down and how they were treated by the Air Force officers.
Yeah, seriously.
Not cool.
Definitely not cool. So my number 4 is fucking Leo interrupting John's extremely important info dump Like, excuse me, the guy's giving out like really important information here.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even remember what he said to him, but he was just like, and for those who aren't watching it as intensely, I'm talking about the meeting of the children of Maturin. Um, they yeah, he's like, I don't even remember what he said, but he interrupted him really rudely, and
Yeah,
he was like talking about really important shit.
literally.
Yeah,
Like, the most important thing. That's what they're all there for, right?
right.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't
Like,
get
shut your ass up, Leo. Jeez.
that.
All right, what's your number 3?
um, Polly dying, just in general, he's like the only non-racist white adult in the series for the most part,
Yeah,
and he just got chummed.
yeah,
I don't know. I wasn't expecting him to make it through the series, but the way he died sucked. It would suck to kill your best friend like that.
I know.
That was sad. I'm sad for Polly. I thought it was crazy that Dick saw him at the end as he's coming out of the tunnel. I don't know what
Yeah,
that meant or what that potentially means, but I guess it just means that he's seeing dead people again. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
that was wild. That scene was like you said. You pointing out that Will being in front kind of takes some of the tension out of it is true, but I really was like, what the fuck is gonna happen? Like,
Yeah.
is he gonna shoot one of these kids? That's gonna be pretty rough.
So my number 3 is actually, it's not the same thing, but it actually does have to do with Polly's death.
Mm.
Um, and it's the fact that these guys are best friends. Um, Will calls him Uncle Polly,
Mm-hmm.
and he accidentally shot him to death. But because there wasn't really much of a focus on Polly's character, it didn't have the effect that I think they wanted it to have.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't really, like, this is his best friend, somebody
Yeah.
that his son thinks of as an uncle, and I just didn't really feel a whole lot. I mean, I thought it was
He was
sad.
underutilized
Yeah,
throughout the rest of the season. He's like
yeah.
in episode 1 and a lot, and episode 2 a bit, and then he kind of just disappears.
What's your number 2?
Dick's evil ass grandpa was terrifying.
Yeah.
There's the obvious implication of SA with him, and then I don't know. That
What
scene
did you
messed me up.
what did you think was the obvious implication of
The
SA?
way that his grandmother was talking to him, she's coming. He's like saying he's coming for you again, and
Okay.
like the way I don't know the way she was wording it, and Dick's fear and his violence, like it just read that way to me
Yeah.
as like the part of Dick's trauma, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
they don't come right out and say it, but I'm pretty sure that is the case in the books, right?
Oh, yeah, and he
Yeah.
has, like, his dead grandfather, like, appears to him, at one point naked and, like, trying to sexually assault him,
Oh God. Ugh.
like, ghost grandpa.
I hope we skip that.
Yeah, I do too. I don't need to see that.
I don't need that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's done, like, it's so sad to think about because he's gone all these years, and that technique that his grandmother taught him of dealing with his trauma was obviously very effective.
Yeah.
And
Repressing
and
it.
and it's
Shove it down.
yeah, and now it's wide open. The
Mhm.
box is open. Oh man, poor guy. Um, so wait, we're on number 2, right?
Two.
Even though it was in my LVP, just Fuller trying to shoot Daniel.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And like so dangerous. Like you're in a sewer system. Like there's ricochet potential. There's a demon that you're chasing. There's like all kind of like why like like why not just chase him? Why would you open fire on the one person there who's supposed to be there to get you out alive?
Yeah.
Especially after Dick disappears. Like, what are you doing?
What is your number one?
My number one I have called Taylor Wise. I hated that. I mean, obviously it wasn't her.
Yeah.
It makes no sense for her to be down there. Yeah, I don't think Leroy was fooled that thinking that it was her, but both just the way that she was like seemed so helpless, which was so out of character.
I know. I didn't like that either.
And then after he shot her, the reveal of her face was just, don't do that to her beautiful face. It was like, no, don't stop. I can't. I love her too much. Yeah. Taylor Wise was gross to me. Charlotte Wise would probably be more appropriate, but I don't like the way it sounds the same.
Yeah. Yeah, my number one, this is actually not my number one. I kind of put these out of order and I kind of got them mixed up. But yeah, Mr. Kirsh just being such a fucking weirdo.
He was so creepy.
He was. And he seemed so friendly.
I know.
Like when Charlotte was in his shop. Yeah, I'm thinking perhaps he may be like slightly possessed by Pennywise.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
Who just stands there like that, staring at somebody, you know, when they walk
Especially
in
a little.
room. All right, let's go to our top 5. What's your number 5?
It's it's kind of like a two-parter. Lily and Marjorie in the opener, their whole scene, and Marjorie just joining the team in general. I love her. She's so great. She's a super fun character, and man, does she have a great run in these 2 episodes. And then these last few episodes. I loved her showing up and joining the team, and her standing her ground and saying that Lily did not hurt her, because it would have been super easy for her to just throw her under the bus.
I know.
And,
I know.
Get away with it.
Easy. I keep forgetting I have photos in here.
Yeah.
Matilda Lawler. That's her name. Those 2 are really cute.
What's your number 5?
My number 5 is the just the ending scene, the show ending with Dick seeing dead Polly, and then
that was crazy.
And then the box in the bathroom being opened. Just like, all right, here comes Dick's downward spiral.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good.
No, it's not. No, it is not. Oh man, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really remember if we learned much about him in either of the books, or in It, or The Shining, or in Dr. Sleep. I don't remember if we learned much about what happened to him after that box was opened. I honestly don't remember, like, if he did have a major downward spiral, or if he kind of like held it together somewhat. I honestly don't remember, but I mean, I'm just assuming. So I'm not saying that because I remember that from the book. I'm just assuming that that's what's going to happen, because
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna struggle with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right, what's your number 4?
The meeting of the what did you call it? Council of Maturin?
The Children of
Children of
Maturin.
Maturin. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
such a cool scene.
Yeah.
It was really neat seeing like the elders grilling the younger members on like the importance of all the stuff that they do and how, you know, like how the cycle works, and um just really cool. I enjoyed that scene. I wish it was a little bit longer,
Yeah.
because it was super quick, but
My number 4 is Rose fucking just body checking Fuller storming into
yeah.
Shaw's office.
Hmm.
That was fantastic. I loved it. Like
Rose is great.
she just walked in. She stormed into his office like a badass. I feel bad for her right now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I can't
Um
imagine having to like just sit back and knowing what he's walking into, and
yeah.
just having to sit back and like leave someone you care for so much to who knows what's going to happen to him down, you know.
Did he say I know that he said that like they gave him that drug and he's remembered everything for the past 5 years. But did he say he was in Derry all that
It was
time or was he somewhere else?
it was yeah, before he came back to Derry. I'm curious about that. What kind
Yeah.
of drug does the army have that does that?
Yeah.
Air Force.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 was getting Maddie back, at least for a little bit. Like I said, you know, episodes ago, I wish we'd gotten to spend a little more time with his character. I think the kid is a great actor. Especially like when he was saying he would rather go back down into the tunnels than go, you know, back to his dad. Like, well, that seems pretty extreme. Now I get it, obviously.
Yeah, because
Like,
he's Pennywise.
yeah, he is manipulative. And
Yeah.
when I rewatched the episode, I, you can see that he's manipulating the situation, and he's like very gently leading them to their conclusion to go down into the tunnels. But I was glad to see him again, at least for a little bit, until that horrific ending.
Yes. I did like their choice to use the anchor or lifeboat analogy because of,
Hmm.
you know, the whole floating thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny.
I,
My number 3 was I feel like this is going to be very polarizing.
uh-huh.
And that some people are probably going to hate it, some people are probably going to love it. I thought the Pennywise reveal was great.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was horrifying.
Yeah.
And
It was
it
also
was
it was also a tiny bit cheesy, but there always has been a tiny bit of cheese
yeah,
in
that's
this
like
universe.
the joy of the
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was great. I loved it. Like just
Mm,
seeing him, you know, slowly turning into Pennywise was great.
yeah, it was
Um,
terrifying. I thought they did a great job.
yeah. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is the mummy reappearance of Mommy's Little Helpers. These these kids taking 3 Valium on their first ever real go, and
Yes.
then wandering around in the sewers, and then also that with Margie and Richie holding hands was just so cute and funny.
I know. I know.
It was a great way to like lighten up some of the tension before things really like kicked into high gear with the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, for sure. This is actually my number 2 too. So
yeah.
let's stay on this for a second. I actually copied down the dialogue. So first of all, they took 3 Valium each. which
Yeah.
is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Margie's like, your hand is really soft. And Rich is like, I borrow my mom's Noxema sometimes. And then I think it was Lily, are you two holding hands? And Marge was like, no. And Rich is like, yeah.
Yeah. So
I loved it.
cute.
He's
So
so
cute.
adorable. I love that kid.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
really
goodness.
liked it. But did you notice that the Valium didn't have any effect on Maddie?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he did. He did not like. Not that it showed at all. It didn't do anything to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally didn't notice that. Yeah, good catch on that. Um, I but watching it back after I'd already seen what happens, and then him saying that he'd rather go back to the sewers than go back home made me laugh.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, okay,
Kirsh,
obviously.
is that
Yeah.
still home? That was kind of funny. What's your number one?
My number one was Lily getting the dagger o' power at the end
Yeah.
of that episode. The scene was great. I really thought she was done for.
Oh yeah.
I really thought she was done for. But him like starting to run towards her and then the pause and like the way he like looks down is so funny. Like
Yeah.
it was just so like so silly, and then he just like creeps away, all weird and awful. Um, the whole scene was great, but it was really cool to see, kind of like a sword in the stone moment almost.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm happy I'm happy that the kids have a weapon now, although it's clearly not going to work out for them because we know they have at least we're gonna have two more cycles. So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. At
yeah,
least two more. I actually have a number tie, a tie for number one. I honestly couldn't decide, and it was between the whole sequence with Dick and like just the way the way that it played out, like with him falling into the water and then coming up into the
in the
bathtub.
bathtub. Yeah,
That was great. And as soon as I saw him in a bathtub, I'm like, oh, this has got to be his grandparents' house.
yeah,
And I loved that whole sequence. I thought it was so good. You know, I talked about him being my MVP because of just how hard he fought and fought it
yeah,
off. And I thought it was really well done. It was just there was so much tension. There was just I loved it. Really, I mean, the stakes were really high. It was a great scene. One of my favorite scenes of the show so far.
yeah,
And that is tied with the scene with Lily visiting Marge at the hospital.
yeah,
I actually cried. That Matilda Lawler is such a good actress.
yeah,
Like she made me cry. And it was so nice to hear that, you know, because Lily was so worried that everyone was going to think that she actually did it, and you know, and she found out that Marge told everybody that her glasses broke in her eye, and Lily was just trying to help her.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I absolutely love, and I loved seeing them hug and you
yeah.
know,
I love
be
that
friends.
scene. It was a
Yeah,
great way to open the episode too.
yeah, yeah. It was. Yeah. Yeah, Matilda Lawler was so good in that scene. She really did
Mhm.
make me cry. I always forget if it's pronounced Neibolt or Neibolt Street.
I think it's
Um,
Naples.
that's what I think too.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like if I remember correctly, I feel like the house. I don't know that anybody's ever actually lived there. I
Hmm.
feel like it was and like it doesn't decay any further because it's kind of like a. It's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be like a manifestation of Pennywise.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
and so it's always gonna look like that. It's never gonna rot any further.
Hmm.
Um, you know, there's like the old well there that used to be used in the town, and then when it was no longer abuse, this house probably, I'm guessing that the house probably popped up overnight.
And yeah, just nobody, acknowledges. Yeah. How can you tell me how it works with Pennywise? Because I keep seeing people say that adults can't see him, but we have so many examples of adults seeing him throughout the series. I know they don't perceive him the same way kids do.
Yeah.
But like he still can affect adults. And
I think it's if the adults are afraid of him.
mm-hmm.
But Leroy saw it in the form of Charlotte, and Leroy
Yeah.
has no fear. So that's kind of thrown me off, because I always thought, like, if they encountered it as a child, like when the Losers Club returns to Derry,
Mm-hmm.
they remember everything. And I think that's the case. Like, if they encountered obviously if they encountered it as a child, that's something they're going to be afraid of,
Mm-hmm.
if they remember. Um, so I think otherwise, I don't think that, because Pennywise isn't always active.
Yeah.
So
Like he
someone,
showed up in the as the Uncle Sam demon, the
yeah,
biblically accurate Uncle Sam is what I was calling him.
yeah,
Like that, they saw that it attacked them. I don't understand the rules of how it works with adult. They have I don't need not to get into this, but they have that whole ceremony, shall we call it, in the books to
yeah,
end their childhoods
uh-huh.
to protect them from seeing it, and like that didn't work. Like they do, it still comes after them as adults.
I think the reason that it showed up for the military in this episode
Mm-hmm.
is because of Shaw. Because Shaw remembers it and sent the military after it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
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 they
they're
know what
kind of
they're looking for.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that can
So
make
they're
sense.
yeah, so they're kind of like an extension of Shaw. I think they also made a big mistake with sending Hallorann in, because, like,
It's
that's
obviously affecting him very strongly. Like I don't know why they keep putting him closer and closer to it.
yeah, yeah, I have no idea. Um, by the way, I wanted to mention, somebody pointed out that the clown outside of the Hanlon's house, someone on Twitter posted a clearer photo of it, and it was Periwinkle,
Mhm.
the girl clown. So
I've
I
seen
just wanted to
people calling her Nickel Wise.
Nickel Wise. Oh my god, that's so funny, Nickel Wise. I just let's just hope there's no Dime Wise.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, there was also a scene where I want to say it was like while Charlotte was on the phone, and I had the captions on, and I just thought it was really funny in the back, 'cause she had either the radio or the TV on,
Uh-huh.
um, and you could hear in the back, like the news. You could hear the news in the back, and you could hear someone talking about somebody attempting to chop one of the Paul Bunyan's statue's legs off with an axe. Why do they hate this statue so much?
I don't know.
Oh my god! I mean, I know Richie Tozier hated it, but
Yeah.
just a couple other notes that I made. The Mr. Malkin, Phil and Susie's dad,
Mm-hmm.
who was the one who rushed at Hank with the gun.
Mm-hmm.
He was wearing a red shirt.
Yeah.
I want to point that out. Um, And also somebody brought up damn it. I don't remember if this was Real Enigmas and Theories or somebody else, but somebody pointed out that the reason that Leroy was seeing the balloons, and probably the reason why Charlotte had her little encounter with seeing the
cop.
yeah,
Mhm.
is probably because they haven't been in Derry for very long.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so that would be a good explanation. I mean, it's the same thing as, once they're there long enough, I mean, Charlotte's not going to be interfering with boys fighting either,
Yeah. I
Like,
really loved them talking about how it's runoff, like how it's affected the groundwater. It's not like a practical explanation, but it is a great explanation for why the people in Derry are the way they are. Like, their water is literally evil. They're like,
yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
bathing, brushing their teeth, watering their lawns with evil water.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. All right. Well, that is it for us this week. We'll see you real soon. Join us on Sunday night for our live after party at 11 p.m. Eastern. And we normally have our QR code. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. We do have it. I'm so sorry.
Hey, there she is.
It got moved. My bad.
No
If you scan the
worries.
QR code in the corner of your screen, you will see it'll take you to a fundraising page for Jazz's brother Alex. You can read the whole story on why he needs this fundraiser, but he's got a lot of medical bills.
Yeah.
Pretty banged up. How's he doing?
He's doing better.
Yeah.
He's had some follow-up appointments in the last week, and his thumbs are healed. So he got like his out of a cast and his pins removed, which is nice.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, he's doing better. It's a struggle. He's really struggling with memory issues, which is
Oh,
is
man.
tough, That's really tough.
Mhm.
But he's getting better. It's a slow process. It's a lot of trauma to recover from.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's got to be scary. Like I dealt with some of that after my accident, and
Yeah.
it was yeah, it was kind of scary, and the drugs don't help. I hope he's feeling a lot of support. I mean, I know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's very grateful for he was not expecting the the like outpouring of support that he's gotten, and
Yeah.
my whole family really appreciates it.
That's awesome. All right. So join us Sunday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern. Let us know your thoughts on this episode. Please comment. It helps us so much in the algorithm, especially since we're having trouble posting shorts right now, which is what we really need to be doing. So our views are hurting because of it. So give us a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.